Last October, a retired postal worker in Arizona answered a phone call. The man was polite, patient, and never once asked for money. He only asked questions. 6 of them. 2 days later, $28,000 left his savings account. I worked bank fraud investigations for 30 years, and tonight I will walk you through those 6 questions, in the order they come, and what each one is really doing. The call lasted 11 minutes, and he never spoke to that man again. Here is what 30 years taught me. The dangerous part of a scam call is almost never the part where they ask for money. It is the quiet little questions that come first. And once you can hear the script underneath the small talk, it stops working on you. First, understand how you got on their list, because it matters. These crews do not dial at random. They buy calling lists on underground markets, and the lists are sorted the way a salesman sorts leads. Age, homeowner or not, whether your number has answered calls before. Some lists are built from data breaches, some from those prize entry forms and survey calls that seemed harmless. And the most valuable lists of all are made of people who have been scammed once already, because a person who answered once and complied is worth 10 strangers. In the trade, those are called sucker lists. So if the phone rings and a stranger seems to already know your first name and your town, that is not a coincidence. That is inventory. Now, the call itself. Let me give you the 6 questions. Question 1 sounds like nothing at all. Am I speaking with Robert? Or, is this the man of the house? All the caller wants here is confirmation that a live, real person answers this number, and that the name on their list is right. The moment you say yes, your entry on that list gets upgraded, and upgraded entries get sold and called again. In the fraud unit, we saw victims whose ordeal started months earlier with one harmless confirmed hello. You may have heard warnings that saying the word yes lets them record your voice and empty your account with it. I ran these cases, and I will be straight with you. That voice recording story is mostly legend. The real damage of question 1 is simpler. It marks you as reachable, real, and willing to engage. Question 2 is the identity builder. To make sure I have the right account, can you verify your date of birth, or your address, or the last 4 digits of your social security number? Notice the trick in the wording. Verify. It sounds like they already have it and you are just confirming. A real institution that calls you already knows who called who. When a stranger on an incoming call asks you to verify anything, they are not checking their records. They are writing them. Each answer becomes a brick in what investigators call an identity kit. And a complete kit is enough to pass a bank's security questions while pretending to be you. Question 3 tells them which costume to wear. Just so I route this correctly, who do you bank with? Sometimes it is dressed up as a survey, or a refund department asking where to send your money back. There is no routing. There is a whiteboard. Once you say the name of your bank, the next call you get, maybe in a week, comes from a spoofed number matching that bank, from a caller using that bank's exact vocabulary. Caller ID can be faked with off-the-shelf tools, and the fraud desk number on the back of your card can be displayed by someone sitting in a call center on another continent. The costume is only convincing because you handed them the measurements. Question 4 is the one that chills me, because it shows you how much thought goes into this. Are you home alone right now? Or its gentler versions. Is this a good time to talk? Is your husband available too? It sounds like courtesy. It is an isolation check. These crews know their worst enemy is not the police and not the bank. It is the son-in-law who walks into the kitchen and says, "Hang up, Dad." That is a scam. If you are alone, the script speeds up. If someone is with you, they will often offer to call back at a better time, and that better time is when you are by yourself. I sat across the table from victims who realized, only afterward, that the nice young man had asked 3 different ways whether anyone else was in the house. Question 5 is where the fear comes in. Have you noticed any suspicious activity on your account lately? Almost everyone hesitates on this one because almost everyone can think of something, a charge they did not recognize, an email that looked odd. The question is designed to make you feel that something is already wrong, so the caller can arrive as the rescuer. Now the story turns. There have been fraudulent charges. Your account is compromised. We need to act in the next few minutes. Understand this clearly. Fear is the product being sold on this call. A real bank fraud department freezes first and calls second. Only a criminal needs you frightened and on the line. And then comes question 6, the point of no return. We have just sent a security code to your phone. Can you read me that number? 6 digits. And it looks exactly like every legitimate code your bank has ever texted you, because it is a legitimate code. Here is what is actually happening. While talking to you, the scammer is on your bank's website typing your username or calling your bank pretending to be you. The bank does its job and sends a verification code to the real customer. You. The only thing standing between the criminal and your money is that 6-digit number sitting on your phone, and the friendly voice is asking you to read it out loud. The moment you do, they are inside. They reset your password, they add their device as trusted, and the wire goes out. In every case I worked that hinged on a read-aloud code, the money moved within minutes, and recovery was rare. Banks flag those transfers as authorized because the bank's own security check was passed. By you. If you have gotten this far and you can feel how carefully that ladder was built, do me a favor and subscribe. Every week, I take one of these cons apart from the inside because the people running them are counting on you never seeing the script. So how do you break it? 3 tells, and any one of them ends the call. First, they called you. That single fact removes their right to ask you anything. Real institutions that call you will never mind you hanging up and calling back on the number printed on your card or your statement. Second, any request to verify information they should already have. Real callers verify you by what they send to you, never by what you recite to them. Third, any urgency. The truth about banking is that almost nothing real has to happen in the next 10 minutes, and everything criminal does. And if you remember only one line from tonight, make it this one. No one who calls you ever needs a code, a password, or your answers. When the phone rings and the questions start, you do not have to be rude, and you do not have to be clever. You just have to hang up and dial the number on the back of your card. That one habit defeats every version of this con ever written.